opened up the Answer Cafe July 31st. Prior to that, we had a sort of a paint-in. We invited all the kids who spent their time in the park and on the corner to come in and paint whatever they wished on the walls.
Well, I was one of the first people to come here. Like, I was here when they were first putting it up and building it inside here. And like, a friend of mine, a couple of, in fact, all my friends that I knew at the time that were here, they were all my friends. And, you know, we did a little bit here and there, and I just stood around and did nothing. And I watched them put the place up, and ever since then, I've been hanging here. It's a nice place. I mean, I learned how to play chess here.
This is a picture of General Booth. He started in a storefront. This is where the Salvation Army in London first started off. It was a storefront, and the people at that time with their problems came into the store, and it's actually more or less going back to the old methods of getting among the people and getting more or less with it.
What do you like most about New York and down here?
New York, the people. People I meet.
How they different?
It's different. They're more friendlier around here, because up in Gloucester are all old hypocrites and everything, you know. They can't stand the younger generation. Around here, you know, everyone likes it, you know. It's friendly, you know.
I came with him, but it's not for the reason of, well, what he came here for. Mine was a separate reason, as, you know, I'm searching for myself. And I'm not really a hippie, I'm straight, you know, I'm a straight thinker. But I always believed in individualism. So I like people that are self-expressing, and I don't believe in downgrading for people that believe in their own separate ideas. I mean, if a person really, you know, wants something, they'll go out and get it, right? Well, I found something too, because like, you have to give up a lot just to find yourself. And it's great here. I dig New York.
I write this stuff while I'm working because I've got a typewriter there and nothing else to do but write. The first one goes, the widow who mourns but spurns a life of black crepe. The poet who colors a rose with a typewriter ribbon. The artist who defines love with sable brush strokes. The students who ask why. The girls I love. The next one is courtesy of the new Beatles album, Magical Mystery Tour. I am he, as you are he, and you are me, and we are all together. And that sort of goes, thank you to John, Paul, George, and Ringo. That's the end.
Mother rapers and father robbers and staying or leaving. Kill, kill.
Why am I here? Because I hitchhiked to Georgia where they busted me for vagrancy and loitering and walking on the wrong side of the street and no identification, so here I am. So here I am. Clutching, grabbing New York City, you know. Pulled me right back like a spring.
I see. How come you found yourself right here? How come you're right here?
Right here in the Answer Cafe?
Yeah.
I had to say hello to Kevin Bryant again. You know, welcome back and all that.
I see. Why again? How'd you meet him before?
Before? How did I meet you before? Oh, I know. It was last summer. He was walking in the park, and I found out that this was the Answer Cafe and all that. And he said, come in and, you know, talk a while, and I'll listen.
Some of our leaders in New York City felt there was a, you know, a definite need for the Salvation Army to invade Greenwich Village. And they were aware of the problem the young people were having with drugs, and of course the well-publicized problem of runaways. And our leaders felt that the Salvation Army had a definite program which could be operated in the village.
Oh, I'm visiting, but I was a runaway.
Why'd you run away?
I don't know, the town was dead, and, you know, the kids don't know much up there. And it's a very small town, nothing to do. So, wanted to see some, you know, other sites. You know, we didn't know about this place, and we didn't have any money or anything, so we just walked around. So we were going down Doolittle Street, and we asked this kid, and he said, you know, go to the Answer, and they'll take care of you. So we did, and they did.
Well, like, they found me over here, you know, in very bad shape, hungry and everything. So they took me up to the Salvation Army hostel. And, you know, I was there for a few days. And then, you know, they talked to my grandmother and asked her if she wanted me back, you know, and they fixed it all up.
A friend of mine brought me down here, and I liked it down here, so I came down here. Because there's things to do. You just don't stand in the corners. Like, you go somewhere, you go sit down, talk to somebody, then you go someplace else, listen to music, play the jukebox, have some coffee or something. It's groovy if you have nothing to do. You can play chess and checkers. I like it.
Something to do, you know, place to go. Besides, like, if I stayed around in Queens, all we'd have is a candy store. You know, and it's just boring. Whereas, like, there's a million people down here to talk to, you know, and everybody's different.
I don't go from there, kind of fun. You know, it's usually going to St. John's Dance this Saturday. No, I'm not going to St. John's Dance this Saturday. Why don't you come? Come on. I don't want to come. You know, it's one of these things.
What do you want to do?
I just want to have a good time.
Oh, well, I want to be a singer and introduce new sounds and new ideas in writing and painting, too. What do you do now?
I don't do anything, just goof around, but I'm looking for a job because, like, I need some money for some equipment.
Money, materialism is what counts now, because they know that if they have money, that's the only way to make it. But I don't believe so. You can't have money and enjoy life just because you have money and you have cars and things like that. You have to enjoy life doing something that you're pleased with.
I have worked for many years to build a fine new world, thinking that my efforts had all been for myself. Hope this world that I have made will be good enough for them, for it is theirs, whether good or bad, to receive and start again. The future belongs to the children. The children, every little child. All the children, the children, all the kids.
I think most runaways want to go home, but they're afraid to face up to the problems, you know, facing them at home. They need a big brother. This is why the answer is here. What's wrong with American youth? Why they run away? A lack of understanding, a lack of communication between the parents and the young. There's such a gap.
I wouldn't want anybody to know what I do in Brooklyn. I mean, it's none of their business. I don't stay with anybody in Brooklyn, and they don't mean anything to me. So they're not part of my social life. I go to school, I talk to them, and after school, they don't stay with me.
What school do you go to?
School's on 7th Avenue, in the 9th grade.
What grade?
9th.
How old are you?
14.
What do I want? I don't know. I couldn't really say. Mostly I was searching for myself because there's no answer to what I want. You just have to look for it and find it.
The difference with the people who come here, they don't know where they're going. I do. I have a goal in life which I want to fulfill. That's why we're different.
I said, what kind of goal?
I want to be a social worker. I want to live here, and I want to have a family here. The kids who come here run away from the problems in Queens or the problems from Manhattan themselves. They come here to find an answer. I came here with the answer.